All right, listen, I don't think the MAGAs are going to like this. I hope this doesn't get me canceled. I hope this isn't misinterpreted. It is extraordinarily useful right now to compare the killing of Charlie Kirk to the killing of Alex Pretti, the 37-year-old ICU nurse killed by ICE agents over the weekend. Every murder is tragic. Every murderer must be held accountable. Every person killed is a victim of senseless violence. But I am going to argue something that a lot of people are going to be uncomfortable with. The murder of Alex Pretti by federal immigration agents is far more disturbing societally than the murder of Charlie Kirk. Both are disturbing. Both are disturbing. But let me explain why this is the conclusion I've come to. Charlie Kirk was a media figure, a political actor. He was killed by an individual. Everyone agrees the individual broke the law, and Tyler Robinson is going to trial. If he's convicted, he'll almost certainly spend the rest of his life in prison, possibly facing the death penalty. It is a tragedy about a radicalized person committing an act of violence and now will be held accountable by the justice system. Now look at what happened with Alex Pretti and arguably with Renee Good before him. This is not about a rogue individual. This is a system. And this is the third time that this has happened. It is, they had an opportunity to change the playbook. And instead they doubled down after the killing of Renee Good. Now, we've seen these official narratives. The mother with toys in the glove compartment of her car and an ICU nurse are domestic terrorists. Case closed before the blood even dried. No real investigation into use of force by ICE agents, no accountability, just a story repeated loudly that it becomes the reality for a bunch of the country. You have federal agents killing peaceful protesters, and you have right-wing media immediately demonizing the victim, not the perpetrator. You have disputed claims contradicted by witnesses and video. You have people who pulled the trigger seemingly facing no consequences, reassignment to another state in the case of those who killed Alex Pretti, maybe an investigation that we've investigated ourselves and we've found that we didn't do anything wrong, that sort of thing. After Charlie Kirk's death, people like me who condemned the killing but disagreed with Charlie Kirk politically, we were asked over and over, but David, do you condemn the murder of Charlie Kirk? But do you really condemn it? And I did. Of course I did. But where are all of the MAGAs condemning this? Where are the endless demands that conservatives condemn federal agents killing civilians? They're not there. And the reason why is that it worked the first time. These are demonstrations of power. To admit any fault, wrongdoing, or doubt about what ICE agents did, or to suggest maybe there's going to be accountability here, that would imply that they don't dictate reality. And the whole point is to dictate reality and break the will of the public. Teach people resistance is futile and simply rewrite events in real time. When an individual commits political violence, the system condemns it and punishes it. That's what's happening now to Tyler Robinson. When the state commits violence, and it's not one shooter whose identity we know, but a bunch who are operating with masks, all of a sudden, they protect the system. They excuse the system. There are people cheering the system. That's what makes the killing of Alex Pretti so much more disturbing, because it's not just a crime. Obviously, what Tyler Robinson did is a crime, and he's going to be held accountable for it, as he should be. We are seeing institutional violence, and it's being completely normalized. I'm going to have clips for you. Well, he shouldn't have been there in the first place. He shouldn't have had a gun. Wait a second. Being there in the first place, that's the First Amendment. Having a gun, that's the Second Amendment. That's the approach that you're taking now, you constitutional conservatives. So we have a normalization of institutional violence and then lies about what happened being enforced as the truth. Everybody should be terrified. My libertarian friends, my right-wing friends, my Republican friends, everybody should be saying this is unacceptable. But unfortunately, that is not really what I'm hearing from a lot of these folks. So do not interpret this as any kind of defense or mitigation of the murder of Charlie Kirk. I am as vehemently condemning the murder of Charlie Kirk today as I did before. But from a systemic perspective, from a what does it say about our country perspective, it's bad enough that we have a political environment that radicalizes individuals like Tyler Robinson to go out and do what he did. That's terrible. But at least we have a system that will still hold him accountable. With what's happening in Minneapolis, the system is what is committing the acts, never hold accountable. Not only are they not holding accountable, they're the ones perpetrating these acts. It's feeling like a very dark moment for the country. And it's really important to hold them to the claims they've made and hold them to the standards they claim to want to be held by. And that's why we're going to talk about Kash Patel next. Thanks for watching. Check out another one of our videos and make sure to subscribe so YouTube keeps our content in your feed. And if you prefer audio, subscribe to the podcast on Spotify or Apple.